I request the principal of the college, Dr. M. D. Mirahajuddin Sheikh, to guard our dignitaries on the days. Dr. Kiran Hazarika, Director, DDU Center for Kausal, Dibrugarh University and a member of UGC will grace the function as the chief guest. Professor Hyun Kyung Lee, Korean Language Department of Foreign Language, Manipur University will grace the days as the guest of honor, and Professor C.S.C. Bol Maitai, Director, Center for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Manipur University will also grace the function as the guest of honor, and Dr. Rangitabli Waikom, IAS Director, University and Higher Education, Manipur will also be the guest of the honor, and Dr. Muhammad Resident Sheikh, Principal of Lilong Haoreibi College, will preside the function. Presenting Lengan fees and base to Dr. Kiran Hazarika, Director, DDU Center for Kausal, Dibrugarh University and member of UGC. Presenting Lengan fee and base to Professor C.S.C. Bol Maitai, Director, Center for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Manipur University. And presenting Lengan fee to Professor Hyun Kyung Lee, Korean Language, Department of Foreign Languages, Manipur University. And also presenting gifts to our dignitaries of the days by the principal of the college. I request Dr. N.G. Pikeshwar to present kits and the Lengan fees to the principal of the college. Thank you, everyone. Now we will have a welcome address from Dr. N.G. Pikeshwar, the coordinator of the IPC of Lilong Haoreibi College.
A very good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Nasepan Pikeshwar Singh, coordinator of this program. I am coordinating with one of our faculty, Tia Chumavati. She is also coordinator. Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Kiran Hazarika, Director, DDU Center for Kausal, Dibrugarh University, and member, University Grants Commission. Guest of honor, Professor Hyun Kyung Lee, Korean Language, Department of Foreign Language, Manipur University. Guest of honor, Professor C.H. Bol Maitai, Center for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Manipur University. President Dr. M.D. Resident Sheikh, Principal, Lilong Haoreibi College, and our special guest, Dr. Rangitabli Waikom, IAS, Director, University and Higher Education, Government of Manipur, learned participants and others who are present here. It is my great pleasure and privilege on behalf of the IQAC, Lilong Haoreibi College, the organizing committee, and the entire Lilong Haoreibi College to most courteously welcome you all to the inaugural session of the 3-day faculty development program for university and college teachers on the theme Role of Teachers in Integrating Skill Development in Higher Education through NEP 2020, organized by Lilong Haoreibi College under the sponsorship of Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Youth Development, Tamil Nadu. We are extremely happy to see you all here. As it goes, sharing knowledge ensures the entry of new. I believe that the ideas and thoughts that shall be issued forth from this 3-day program will be of immense help to all the participants, especially teachers, in appreciating their role in integrating skill development in higher education within the framework of NEP 2020. Wish you all an interesting day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. N.G. Pikeshwar Singh, the coordinator of the IQAC of Lilong Haoreibi College, for your welcome note. Now we'll have an address from Dr. Rehajuddin Sheikh, Principal of Lilong Haoreibi College, so I request Sir.
Respected members in the dais, Dr. Kiran Hazarika, he is the commission member of the University Grants Commission, New Delhi, and Professor Hong Kyung Lee, he is an expert in the field of Korean language, affiliated to Manipur University, Department of Foreign Language. Professor C.H. Ibahul Meite, Director, Center for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Manipur University. And also, Dr. Rangita Bali Waikhom IAS, Director, University and Higher Education, Manipur, who is arriving very shortly. And welcome to this 3-day faculty development program for university and college teachers, which is being held here at the multipurpose hall of Lilong Haoreibi College from 12th of March 2022, and it will continue till the 14th of March 2022. And this is the inaugural session and introductory remark on the theme, role of teachers in integrating skill development in higher education through NEP 2020, which is being organized by Internet Quality Assurance Cell IQAC, Lilong Haoreibi College, Thobal District, Manipur, in collaboration with the Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Youth Development, Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India, Sri Perambudur, Principal Lilong Haoreibi College, and I was also serving as the Director at DTU Center for Kaushal at TM College of Science before joining this college as the Principal. The first ever vision for vocational education in India was given by the father of the nation as a Bunyadi section in his language. It is the so-called Bunyadi section in the formal education for the development of the skills amongst the youths. It is also clearly mentioned in the NEP 2020 that teacher must be at the center of the fundamental reforms in the education system. The new education policy, therefore, should help re-establish teachers, refresh teachers as the most respected and essential members of our society, who are the most respected and essential members of the society. This is because they truly shape our next generation of citizens, which is very clearly mentioned in the NEP 2020. Everything must be done to empower teachers and help them to do their jobs as effectively as possible. With various dramatic scientific and technological advances, such as the rise of big data, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. These are the new inventions of science and technology. Many unskilled jobs worldwide, this is not for the country, but for the worldwide, may be taken over by machines. While the need for a skilled workforce, particularly involving mathematics, computer science, and data science, in conjunction with multidisciplinary abilities across the sciences, social sciences and humanities will be increasingly in greater demands. This faculty development program is designed in such a manner that the young teachers who are working in the colleges and universities would get themselves refreshed and refueled with new concepts of curriculum designing, industry engagement, how teachers are going to be engaged for the industry academia linkages and the dialogues, that is the so-called industry engagement, examination and assessment criteria under the skill development programs and the reforms which may be taken thereon, and also the maintenance of quality and competency in training students in the fields of skill-based vocational programs is enshrined in the reimagining of vocational education under NEP 2020. These are some of the objectives that Lilong Haoreibi College, in association with the Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Youth Development, Sri Perambudur, we are jointly organizing this 3-day faculty development program for the college teachers and the university teachers. Only 5% of the Indian workforce in the age group of 19 to 24 years received formal vocational education, whereas it is 52% in United States of America, it is 75% in Germany, 96% in South Korea. Madam Hyang-Kyung Lee, Professor Lee is also here in the inaugural session, And she is also going to highlight some of how the Korean citizens, the country of Korea has got the skills training up to 96%, and why India up to only 5% or a little bit more than 5%. As per the report given in the NEP 2020, it is written as 5%. These numbers, these figures only underline the urgency of the need to hasten the spirit of vocational education in India. This is the main objective. The teachers are going to emphasize during these 3 days faculty development program. Vocational education has in the past focused largely on grades 11 to grade 12, class 11 and 12, and on dropout students. These are the reasons why the small number of the students were receiving the vocational education earlier. Moreover, students passing out from grades 11 to 12 with vocational subjects often did not have well-defined pathways. There is no vertical mobility for continuing with their chosen vocations in higher education sector. And this is also one of the main reasons of the unsuccessful vocational education which were implemented in the past during 1980s or so. Anyway, the admission criteria for general higher education were also not properly designed to provide openings to students who had vocational education qualifications, leaving them at a disadvantage relative to those of the mainstream or the academic education. This led to a complete lack of vertical mobility for students from the vocational education stream to the higher education sector. This being an issue that has only been addressed very recently through the announcement of the National Skills Qualification Framework, NSQF, in the year 2013 December. By 2025, I think this year is 2022, and we have only 3 years from now, at least 50% of learners through the school and the higher education system shall have exposure to vocational education, for which a clear action plan with targets and timelines will be developed. Vocational education will be integrated in the educational offerings of all secondary schools in a phased-wise manner over the next decade, 10 years or so. Higher education institutions will offer vocational education either on their own or in partnership with the industries and the non-government organizations, NGOs. The BVOC degree courses, which were introduced in the year 2013, will continue to exist. Higher education institutions will also be allowed to conduct short-term certificate courses in various skills, including soft skills. Focus areas for vocational education will be chosen based on skill gap analysis and mapping of local opportunities. These are to be taken up by the teachers only. And these things are the issues that we are going to address in these faculty development programs. Specifically, focus areas for vocational education with the skill gap analysis. How can we conduct a skill gap analysis that will also be discussed in the technical sessions which are going to be followed after this inaugural session? And how can we map the local industry requirements? By the time Madam Dr. Rangita Bali, Whitehome IAS Director, University and Higher Education, is also attending the function in the inaugural presentation. Please, Madam, please. Normally we take photograph while
but please look at the photograph.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Please continue. You won't stop. We can do this afterwards. Thank you. Thank you.
So I'll be going very quick. National Skills Qualification Frameworks will be detailed further. It will continue for each discipline, vocation and profession after the implementation of the NEP 2020. Further, Indian standards will be aligned with the international standards, classification of occupations maintained by the International Labour Organization ILO. This framework will provide the basis for recognition of prior learning. Recognition of prior learning means those who are working in the unorganized sector, as for example, some of the boys are working in the automotive sector. Parents has lost or they could not get the proper education in the general mainstream higher education also. They will be taken to the colleges and university, give them proper training and get back to the industry again. This is the so-called recognition of prior learning. Through this, dropouts from the formal system will be reintegrated by aligning their practical experience with the relevant level of the framework. This will also be discussed in the technical sessions so that our recommendation may be submitted to the higher authorities concerned for implementation. Recognition to prior learning, which is very important in the state of Manipur. Anyway, the credit-based framework will also facilitate mobility across general and vocational education. I'm just coming to about the college very briefly, then highlighting established in the year 1976, Lilong Haoreibi College is the only higher education institute located at the socially, economically and educationally backward minority Muslim concentrated area in the Thawal district of Manipur. The college has been assessed and accredited in the year 2022, January, with B grade 2.39 CGPA by the National Assessment and the Accreditation Council, NAAC, Bangalore. Recognized under the Section 2F and the 12B of the University Grants Commission Act 1956, the Co-Education Institute offers 17 undergraduate programs in BA and BSc with 56 regular teaching faculties. Lilong Haoreibi College stands alongside the Indo-Myanmar International Highway near Usoi-Popi Hillock, spreading over 16.78 acres of a beautiful landscape at a distance of 15 kilometers from Imphal, the capital city of Manipur. The college has also been approved for conducting the BVOC degree programs in 5 specialized disciplines, namely agriculture, IT, ITES, tourism and hospitality, yoga and naturopathy, physical education and sports. However, only agriculture is the subject discipline which has been introduced from the academic session 2021. And the rest of the subject disciplines are also going up in the near future. The college is not yet officially declared as the minority college, even then it enrolls more than 95% of the students belonging to the minorities. At present, 2,248 students are pursuing BA, BSc degree in botany, chemistry, English, economics, education, environmental sciences, geography, history, home science, mathematics, Manipuri, pol science, physics, philosophy, zoology, and BVOC agriculture. We have developed 6 smart classrooms under the guidance of the Director of University and Higher Education, Government of Manipur, Madam Dr. Rangita Bali Waikom, where high-end interactive digital boards are being used in the teaching learning processes, which gives an impetus to the rapid advancement of the college in the near future. Also, BSNL leased line connectivity, internet broadband connectivity with 12 Mbps speed has been introduced from this academic session with the campus Wi-Fi facilities. And this has been designed for preparation of accreditation and assessment under NAGOL. So library automation with Koha software and the e-resources through InflipNet has been provided where thousands of textbooks and reference books, e-journals, etc. can be accessed. NEP 2020 assess equity, quality, affordability and accountability. These are the things to be focused in this faculty development program. Flexibilities we'll discuss. No hard separations as enshrined in the NEP 2020. Arts and the science, there is no barrier between arts and the science. No barrier between vocational education and the mainstream education. We will also discuss on the curricular and extracurricular activities, vocational and academic disciplines. Both will be discussed. Multidisciplinary, holistic education, what are these things? The examination, creativity, critical thinking, how the skill development programs are implemented through creativity and critical thinking. And we'll also have a series of tasks which are going to be assigned to you in the technical sessions under the guidance of a mentor. Ethics and the human values, this will be discussed. Life skills, respect for diversity, local context, equity and inclusion, substantial investment in a strong, vibrant public education system. To achieve these 5 E's, economy, education, employability, employment, and entrepreneurship. These are the 5 E's that we are going to target under the NEP 2020 for the integration of skill development in the higher education sector. Why, what, and how is the theme of the FDP, as we have already mentioned. Role of teachers in integrating skill development in the higher education through NEP 2020. This is the theme. And as some of the experts say that the NEP 20, implementation of the NEP 2020 is just like the demonetization of the education system in India. There will be a drastic change in the education system. Those changes will impact the teachers as well as the students, and how is the impact that will be discussed. The role of teachers, what are the role of teachers that has to be taken up for the integration of the skill development, and why skill development, employability, whether emphasized in NEP 2020. Actually, employability is not emphasized clearly in the volume document of the NEP 2020, but even then, vocational, this term is mentioned 76 times in the 63-page volume of the NEP 2020, which means that the skill development courses are being emphasized in after the implementation of the NEP 2020. Are we ready to meet the requirements? These are the things to be discussed. Hence, this theme, the role of teachers in integrating skill development programs in the higher education sector. And after this, I think it's better to stop my introductory speech because, one more thing is that opportunity to attend the series of workshops on mainstreaming skills in higher education during 2012 to 2013. I have got the opportunities, and I have also got the involvement in the prioritizing in the establishment of 200 community colleges nationwide in the year 2013. And I was appointed as nodal officer for the initial establishment of the community colleges in the state of Manipur. Opportunity to join the workshop on drafting the NEP and assign my team for drafting the component integrating skill development in the higher education. Opportunity to participate in the vocational education leadership training program 2016 to 2017, where Dr. Kiran Hajarika was also there along with me. Promised that after getting the training under the vocational education leadership training program, we'll be holding such type of academic activities where we can also train the colleague faculties. And this is how I am just in the health vocational education leadership training program, impressed by the Australian mentors, promise for imparting such training to other faculties. This was the promise taken by the Australian TAFE directors. Dr. Kiran Hajarika, he was also there, and he was also promised for imparting such type of vocational education leadership training programs to the colleague faculties, isn't it? So this is one of the activities taken up. Thanks to Professor Inderjit Sodhi, Professor of Public Administration at RGNIYT. He is also joining the online along with other colleagues in Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Youth Development through our online platform. This is some sort of blended mode where the people in the Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Youth Development, they are also joining online. And we have already sent them the link also. We warmly welcome those participating from Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Youth Development through online. Our deep gratitude to Dr. Rangita Bali Waikom, IS Director, University and Higher Education, for her kind acceptance on our request to take a key presentation on the topic, strengthening universities and the colleges in Manipur for the integrating vocational education through NEP 2020. The key presentation will be just after this brief inaugural session. And we are also grateful to Professor Hyang Kyung Lee, Korean language expert. He is affiliated at Manipur University for the time being in the Department of Foreign Language. Session 2 will be having the Korean language and the culture within the ambit of integrating skill development in the higher education in Manipur. She will be taking the session just after this inaugural session. She is also gracing the inaugural session as the special guest. We are very thankful to her. And in the session 3, we will be having quality mandates, assessment criteria, and a credit banking system in the vocational education, which will be mentored by Professor C.H.E. Volmaite, Director, Center for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Manipur University. And in the next session, session number 4, is National Skill Qualification Framework, NSQF, and the National Committee on Integrating of Vocational Education, NCIVE. This should be taken by Dr. Kiran Hajarika, Director of the DU Center for Kaushal at Dibru University, and he is also the member of the University Grants Commission, New Delhi, and he'll take on the session. Session 5 is the role of teachers in designing syllabus, curriculum, and qualification packs for Lokvidya, which is very important. Lokvidya skills as enshrined in NEP 2020, and it will be taken by myself. And day 2, Sunday, tomorrow, 13 March 2022, in the first session, 9 a.m. will be starting. Session 6, communicative English as mandatory skill component under vocational education. In the implementation of NEP 2020, when vocational educations are being integrated in the mainstream education, communicative English will become a mandatory compulsory subject. And this will be taken by Professor Irom Ganbir Singh. He is the head department of English, Manipur University. And next session, session number 7, will be information communication technology skill as mandatory component for the whole skill sector in reimagining vocational education in the higher education sector, and this will be taken by Joseph Nasimbani. He is the Director, Parts to Met Education, Finland. And 11 a.m. we will be having another session number 8, mainstreaming vocationalization of higher education under RUSA scheme for reimagining vocational education, problems, prospects, and the suggestions thereon, which is a very important topic, and it will be taken over by Professor C.H. Ibol Maite as the mentor, Director, Center for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Manipur University. And session number 9, 1 p.m., role of teachers in skill gap analysis for the youth in Manipur, as I have already mentioned in my key address also, for reimagining vocational education in the higher education. It will be taken by Professor Chan Babu Singh, Registrar, Manipur University. Then session number 10, teachers' role in industry engagement and developing skills menu under the National Skills Qualification Framework. It will be taken by myself. And this is the session 11, financial skills under reimagining vocational education through NEP 2020, which should be taken by Professor A. Raj Mani Singh, Department of Commerce, Manipur University. Session number 12 on 14 March 2022, Community Colleges as Center for Skill Development for the people in the hill areas of Manipur. Mr. Pauchunung Baifai, he will be taking the mentorship, Nodal Officer of Churchapur Community College, who is also well expert in the field. Session number 13 is discussion on examination reforms, quality and research under vocational education by Professor N. Nimai Singh, Controller of Examination, Manipur University. And last but not the least is session number 14, discussion on changing mindsets of the society on vocational education by Dr. Dhanabir Laisram, social scientist. After that, we'll be having the reports and recommendation, and 2 p.m. will be the valedictory, where the team leaders will be presenting the recommendations and the reports. And these are the things which are going to happen in during the 3 days hectic schedule of the faculty development program. Thank you so much. Thank you.